You should tell them that theory. Look, it's
Uh,
not an insult to say this,
hold on.
but she act like a.
Where is my filter? The little foam piece that was up here.
You want to use mine?
When I was a young boy, found it. My mom took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, will you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? When I was a young boy, my father. Yo, speaking, have y'all heard of the song called Disturbed, Stupefied? The band Disturbed?
Yeah.
What?
Stupefied. It was like, I've been waiting my whole life for just one. Why? How could you say that you don't give a...
Fuck no.
You never heard that song? It's such a good song. I found myself stupefied, coming back again. Why?
Do y'all know about
Look it up, Angela. It's a really good song.
Have y'all ever heard this group called the Shags?
No.
The Shags.
Let me tell y'all about them. My coworker told us about this group where there's these 3 or 4 women
that on your food?
and their father.
Oh, I'm about to walk right over there and eat that shit. Hold on. I don't want to invite people.
It's probably looking good, ladies and gentlemen.
What's your name?
Yeah. Yeah, so you said, yes. You just go ahead and send me an email, and then,
That's just gonna bounce into.
then I'll get it. Yeah, so
His
this is
light
group
skin
called the
face.
Shags.
His light skin face.
Like, you gotta make sure they look nice and bright. You know, you can't look too
You know,
bright.
this lighting is very superb. It shows y'all how good my skin has gotten because I've been drinking nothing but 64 ounces every day.
Looking
Negro,
nice.
you was just down there talking about how you.
We needed 6 ginger beers.
It was for us, for when we drunk. Oh my god. Aside from weekends, I usually drink nothing but water.
The waters. The water.
That's
Well,
right.
I don't think any of my friends, except for like maybe one, sadly, are like avid drinkers. They're like, yeah, man, I had myself a small batch bourbon tonight. Like,
The fudge is a batch bourbon.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I guess it's like,
They put it in a barrel. And then
JT,
throw it
hurry
into the
up.
bag.
Let's go. I gotta go soon.
I can't go faster than technology.
Yeah, they just said.
How long is this other appointment you have?
Hmm?
How long is this other thing you have to go do?
I don't know.
Okay.
Money.
Make that more suspicious.
Hey, look.
I'm gonna start thinking
On
something.
God, it's not a PA, but it is business I have to attend to.
Would it make more sense for you to just go do it and come back?
No, it has to be at 8 specifically.
What do you have to do?
Stuff.
Oh,
And
Okay.
vision.
No, press
Stop.
you any farther. Go ahead.
I don't know what stuff is.
You know. What time? What month is it? Think, woman. Think.
It's March.
It's Women's Anniversary Month.
No.
That's what
I'll text you. JT, throw me my phone, my good man.
Alright.
Oh, now y'all want to get quiet after I said we can start whenever.
Oh, I said I've been ready.
Man.
I have no idea how to use
I see.
this program. Oh, where the fuck did all that energy just go, everybody?
It's been here. I'm waiting on you. What's up?
Oh, so now y'all can start.
Okay, so first of all,
Continue, man. Continue. You ever
I
seen
have
the-
to tell y'all real quick that today's been a fantastic day. First of all, I got to see my homies after so long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Months.
Actually, it's been months.
Yeah.
I still had that blue shit that we made.
You still have that? It's been since September.
I'm letting it ferment for when you get married. They're all gonna drink that.
Married, man, that's not like another 10 years, my guy. What are you talking about? What is you talking about, man?
That means that's supposed to be nice and fermented. That when you drink that stuff, it's gonna be
Okay,
nasty.
then next thing you know, you going to the hospital because you're freaking poisoned. Yeah. Good lord, man.
I still, it's important. I still listen. It's still in the freezer.
Is it in the freezer?
It's still sitting. It's still sitting in there, fermenting in the juices of. Well,
Oh no, baby, what is you doing? No, like, my God.
No, y'all keep playing around with me.
Now, all right. So first of all,
Introduce yourself.
okay. So first of all, what be's your boy Miles B? I'm Miles Baynard. You know, I am the smallest but the most craziest out of us three. All right. And first thing first, I want to get on the topic of old school gaming. Because I've been playing some old school.
You're just gonna take our audience hostage like that.
Okay, no.
He's not gonna walk them into it. You're just gonna say, "Here's what the fuck I'm here to
Okay,
talk
yeah,
about."
you're right. My fault. So, we're here to talk about several different random topics. But first thing I would like to talk to with my homies slash co-hosts, JT and Tony, are about old school
What
gaming.
the fuck do you mean co-host? You're our guest.
Nah, it's the Baynard show now.
That's what I'm talking about.
You already knew once I came up here, it's gonna be all about me. All right, good lord.
Gosh. Man, right there.
All this shit is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have our shit together. This is our first video version of this. We'll see where the fuck this
Yeah,
goes.
it's
I've
been-
got chicken wings and fucking vaporizers.
It's
Anyways.
been a hot minute since we've done something like this.
Yeah, what were we just talking about in the elevator? The
No.
Winter Soldier?
The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, Falcon,
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier, and WandaVision.
WandaVision. So we have.
Let's wait. Which one y'all do? Rock paper scissors for WandaVision or Falcon Winter Soldier?
We can just talk about all of it.
I was gonna say
Alright,
that.
Let's start with WandaVision first.
I would say, since you're our guest, give your opinion on the WandaVision and the Winter Soldier without spoiling anything, because some people may.
Well,
not
before we
understand.
do all that, can we introduce ourselves?
Okay, so
He introduced himself.
Alright, y'all already know me. Miles B, what's good?
Yeah. Hey everybody,
Follow me on
it's
Boy
the
96.
Prince of Rhodes, everybody. This is the Victory Clique podcast with your boy, the Prince of Rhodes, and Tony Tone, man. I have no idea if this is all going through, so if it
We're
works, it
gonna find
works. If it doesn't, then we would
It
have
is
just
what
wasted
it
all this
is.
time. I mean, if it doesn't work, we can just try this shit again tomorrow.
Exactly. And the next
Uh,
day. And the next day. And the next day.
Is this playing anywhere?
And the next.
Can I play this? Oh, it's
Hold
playing.
on, Mr. Plankton.
Anyways,
Goodbye, everybody. I remember you all in therapy.
it's the Victory Clique podcast. You about to get fucking lit in this motherfucker. We
Peace
got
and victory
wings.
to the world.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
this is what we're talking about.
Hey, WandaVision. I hated it.
That's it.
I'm not gonna say I hated it, but what were you about to say?
I liked it. It wasn't the best, but it was alright. Like, it gave you that anticipation for what's next to come, especially for Doctor Strange, because you already know
That's the thing. They didn't have anything
Yes,
in
it
there
did
for
at
Doctor
the
Strange.
end. Yes, literally.
No, that
yes.
shit.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but let's just say a
No,
certain.
spoil it if they haven't seen it.
Okay,
fuck
yeah. If
it.
you haven't seen it, then for
I'm
sure.
not gonna say that.
So when
Second.
okay, so
Well, I still need to be in that camera. That's the one that I'm.
But
Primarily
he can't,
using.
but he can't see you.
it's okay.
That camera can see me. This is the camera right here.
Yeah, no, but they still can see Miles.
I mean, it's okay.
No, this as long as this camera can see Miles, we're good.
All right.
All right. So spoiler alert: if you haven't seen it, for shame. So when
I'll give you
Agatha,
one better.
when Agnes was like, the Scarlet Witch is supposed to be stronger than even the Sorcerer Supreme, aka Stephen Strange.
Spoiler
aka
alert. Spoiler alert.
I just said spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
You mook, pay attention. When Agnes was saying that Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda, was supposed to be stronger than even the Sorcerer Supreme, aka Doctor Strange, then that's how you knew that's one of the tie-ins. And then also the Russo brothers was like,
It was a tie-in, but it didn't set anything up.
and all no, let me get there. Relax. So also the Russo brothers was like, yo, like this movie is also going to connect to the second Doctor Strange movie. And then at the end, if you watch the post credits, which I'm pretty sure,
That fake ass scene where she was in there pretending to be Doctor Strange. That shit
yes,
didn't mean
that was how
goddamn-
you knew she was going to go to one of the sanctums and be like, hey, yo, Strange, help
It
me
didn't
find
tell
my
you
kids.
anything. All it did
But
was
that's
show
going to
her-
give you anticipation. If you are a true fan of the MCU verse, then you would know that they were like, okay, so she's doing the same thing Strange is going to do, and Strange knows
And
about all
setting
these
that?
alternate. Yes, Because she unleashed her Scarlet Witch power, so she should know by now that she has to learn how to control it. So who better to go to it than the Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange himself? Am I right or am I wrong?
That is.
Am I weak or am I strong?
First of all,
Are
you read way into that. I didn't get anything for that scene. I mean, yeah, she's gonna study magic and all that bullshit, but end of the day, that shit didn't tell you anything about Doctor Strange 2. We know she's gonna be in it, but I just feel like the first handful of episodes were like all this. I mean, this whole TV aspect or whatever, that was cool. I don't know if y'all be sitting around watching fucking I Dream of Jeannie. I didn't like that shit.
First of all, the first episode, Black and White, was inspired by I Love Lucy. Get together, you.
Okay, so here's the thing with the show. I think writing wise, it was brilliant because it was able to take all the stereotypes about every single decade of sitcoms, from I Love Lucy to the 60s, 70s,
Yeah, it did a
80s,
really
90s.
good job about that.
And it was
I will
very
give it.
casual jokes.
I give it mad
But-
ratings for that.
So like I said, as far as a regular watcher that's not a fan of the MCU, great. But I will say, to my criticisms, there were quite a few plot holes that just didn't make any sense. And one
Well,
thing,
the Billy and Tommy thing, and like how first of all, how did Vision have sex with Wanda in order to have
All
a
of
baby?
that was manifestations from her.
I know, but like apparently, like
Can I
if
use this?
Yeah.
I hate to break up the flow, but
no, you're okay, it's Gucci.
What?
So
we'll
if
take that out in post. I probably want to always keep all the mistakes.
but my thing is if even if it was manifestation, the audience is going to think the same thing. People who aren't like legit fans of the MCU, like we are, we're going to be like, how did this man do that?
No, I do think that was what they were trying to get at, is having that. But that's why, again, to that post-credit scene, I think that tells you more about what they were going to do. I'm eating wings. I'm sorry. I know. Yeah, y'all watch fucking mukbangs and shit. Y'all act like y'all never seen nothing like this before.
I said fucking mukbangs. Oh my god.
Hello, guys. Today we're gonna be eating spicy chili wings.
Hold on. Before you go deep into the mukbang shit, Cole. All right. What were you saying about the issues with Vision being like an android?
I mean, I'm pretty sure legit, like casual fans, they were probably thinking, man, how did they get slacking like that? You know, they probably were wondering.
He has a penis.
No, he does not. He
Hold
does
on,
it
hold
in
on, hold on
Ultron.
a
You
second.
literally see him naked.
Do you
Hold on
think
a second.
Vision designed him with the penis?
Well,
No.
Well, he can shapeshift.
No, he can't. He can become intangible.
Yeah, but
Wait,
he
can
grows
he
his shape
manifest
and
his clothes
stuff.
and stuff?
Yeah,
Which means
and
he
he
can
can change to
He,
like.
he is
be a
not
white
Martian
person.
Manhunter, darn it. My
Oh,
God.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he did change himself to look like a white man.
I'll see it.
Okay,
I'll
all
leave
right,
it.
I'll give y'all that. All right.
I'll leave it at this. The TV show was TV 14.
Now hold
That's
on.
all. That's all I'm leaving.
If he can manifest the penis, can he manifest sperm?
Probably.
Hold on a second. Now you
He
said-
was
Now you-
biomechanical,
hold on,
technically, so
hold
he
on,
still
time out.
had sinew tissues.
Hold on. Before
I
we
thought
go
that
down,
just meant that his cells were. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Hold
This
on.
is one of them words
Before
writers we throw
y'all
around.
go down this extreme route, don't forget that the human DNA and the human brain is the most complex piece of thing that we humans don't truly understand. I'm pretty sure Vision cannot control his ability to create sperm in order to fully
But
inseminate.
Ultron designed him, so why wouldn't he give him full
Technically, Tony
control over his
Stark
body?
and Helen, what was her name? Helen Quinn or something like that. She.
No, they designed Ultron. Ultron designed Vision.
You know what? Let's go back to that movie. I watched that again.
No, I don't want to go back to that.
No,
no,
it
because
has-
I'm mad how Pietro died there.
No,
That was
he's
some-
no. I think he died because of politics behind the scenes.
I was
think
just about to say that
actor-
because his
The
contract.
yeah, because the actor was like, well, no, the actor chose between this or the monster movies.
What was
because
it,
he
Kick
was-
Butt?
No, Kick-Ass guy.
Kick-Ass.
He was
Okay,
like-
sorry,
Aaron Taylor
sorry,
Johnson.
I'm keeping it PG. I
we
promise.
already
you
Kick
that
Butt.
I
we're
will
talking
swear.
about Android sperm, man.
Yeah.
We're already here.
I'm not
We're already
cussing
here.
because of lint. I'm not trying to go to Hiffle. Come on now.
But look, no, but still, so Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think that's his name. He
Quicksilver's
was
actor.
Yeah, he was at the time he had a choice between the MCU movies or the monster movies, and that was a great debate that me and my friend had one time about one of our friends.
I'm definitely
And he
gonna link
chose-
that shit.
And he chose the monster movies, so that's why they killed his character off. Well,
Look
monster
where
movies
that
are-
is.
Listen, the monster movies are okay, make no mistake, but they're not.
But they're just okay. They're
What
not the
Marvel
MCU.
movie
I'm talking about?
The whole Godzilla, King Kong.
Oh, no.
yeah, because
I think
he
you
was
sat
in
in on that one on the other podcast when it was me, Chris, Tony was there, and Alexis. We were talking about this is right after Infinity
wasn't there.
War or Endgame.
He was never that because he wasn't able to make it that.
Yeah.
No, I
was
promise. It was like one night we were talking. It was right after we had all seen Infinity War, and this is when we got into that debate
2018. Yeah.
because after we had did the podcast on that one, our friend Chris was like, the monster movies are gonna have Godzilla versus King Kong, and they're gonna set them up as characters and all this stuff, and it's gonna make $2 billion. And we were all like, no.
Okay.
This man said, when Mothra comes back, don't go crying to me. I was like, who the hell is Mothra? I didn't know who that was until I
Mothra,
recently
what
saw
kind of
movies.
1930s
And
name
here's
is
the thing
that?
though, the monster movies I think
Mothra?
have potential. I will say that just before we go too far, Kong Skull Island was actually a pretty good movie itself because like it provides some human aspects to Kong. But the issue I have with the monster movies is the monsters are so huge and so powerful. How much Earth is there to really sacrifice? It's like the Dragon Ball Z effect where
Lord.
they're going through the core of the Earth to fight
How
each
many
other.
major cities can they fucking blow
There
out
it is.
of
How many ocean how many cities
before
can
we
they
stop
destroy?
giving a damn?
But back to a WandaVision thing, like again, I think that the MCU hires the best writers because they have the most money, so that they're able to create this great
Right,
content.
yeah.
And
It's
so
not
it
even that
was,
they can get the best writers; they can get whoever the fuck they want.
that's
Yeah.
that's the same thing. But yeah, so like it was good, but in my opinion there were some plot holes. Now, do you mind explaining to our audiences why you say it's horseshit?
I'm not saying it's horseshit. I very much enjoyed the ride. I will never go back and rewatch it
Oh, yeah,
in
no,
the
yeah.
same way that a lot of people will go back and rewatch all them old MCU movies right before a new one comes out. I do think is this canon?
Yes, because like I said, it ties in for the next movie coming up for Doctor Strange.
Well, yeah. I know it's canon, but I meant like it ultimately is kind of inconsequential to the universe as a whole.
No. Because now everybody sees Scarlet Witch as a threat, and they'll be like, "Yo, like."
She was always a threat.
Yeah, but now they know she's even a bigger threat. Sword literally sees her as how do you pronounce it?
Sentient weapon?
A sentient weapon. That's
Yeah, but
like
the Hulk
she's
is also a sentient weapon.
yeah, but she's worse. Like they're coming for her now. Like
That's
I don't think they are. She just walked out of that town. Everybody was like, "We don't like you."
they're scared of her. Yes.
well after seeing.
But
what
now,
she did,
what was that one black girl? The black girl. I feel like
Monica Rambeau,
yeah,
like her.
she's gonna get Wanda to smoke if she ever goes haywire like that again.
So
There are so many other people though, because there's also just Captain Marvel. I don't think they're gonna end up fighting her.
No.
But here's the thing, in the comics, I'm looking at y'all. I should be looking at the camera. In the comics, before we get super duper nerdy, in the comics, she does that famous line where it's "no more mutants." You think maybe it'll be like a reversal where she introduces mutants to the timeline?
That's
Like-
what I
like
thought.
X-Men.
And then
You know,
it just
what-
came
what's
with the
funny
boner
is-
joke. That made me so mad. You had
That's-
the Pietro.
That's actually brilliant. Just like, sorry I cut you off because remember the actor that played Quicksilver or her brother in the show actually plays Quicksilver in the X-Men films with through Fox, like with Hugh Jackman and them.
And I didn't think they were gonna go the route of like, hey, we're gonna introduce the X-Men through WandaVision. But I mean, I guess I didn't really know what to expect.
Like I would have preferred that. I would have liked that though, and maybe they'll do that
Is that
for
even
the.
on?
Yes, it's on. Can you not hear the echo?
Mm.
Can you not hear it? How about now? Because I'm up right now.
we can hear it.
All right, but anyway, here's what I really thought would have happened. Like, granted, I hate how they made Pietro's fake Pietro into just a gag or a boner joke. But here, like, what I honestly think should have happened was she could have pulled that Pietro from another dimension. Hence why Doctor Strange's second dimension movie would have occurred, because then they were like, oh, so why is this Pietro here when the real one's dead? And then she'll explain saying, oh, I pulled him from here. Literally, Billy and Tommy might be in different dimensions right now. Hence why that second movie is going to be with her and Doctor Strange.
I don't think it's gonna have anything to do with them kids.
Yes, it
Them
does.
kids are gonna be so old by the time Doctor Strange 2 comes out, unless they already
It's
have all
almost
the
out.
principal
Yes, it's
production
going to be
stuff.
out next year.
What the MCU did.
Speaking of, hold on, we'll talk later. Sorry, continue.
I think I'm saying what the MCU did is brilliant because again they had the greatest buildup of any movie franchise throughout the history of cinema with Avengers Endgame. When Captain America said Avengers, what's it called? Avengers Assemble? Is that what he said? That is
One
literally,
time.
yeah, that is literally the actual catchphrase for the whole entire Avengers. So they built up with that. We're not sure where the MCU is going to go next because we're
I
trying
mean,
to
they
figure
done
out.
already made 2.9 billion.
Yeah, that's saying.
Where
So
else
it's
do
like
they need to go?
maybe
Give me some of that.
maybe what if this is a little bit crazy, Miles, but what if this is just set up to be able to create a full Marvel universe where they buy Spider-Man rights from Sony like they try to do. Maybe they're trying to buy. Actually, they already bought Fox, right? Didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They
they
bought
bought
all
Fox.
of Fox.
Yeah, so therefore now they own the X-Men franchise. So maybe they're going to go into the X-Men.
There was some
That's what I'm talking
political
about for the
reason
dimension
why
stuff, though.
Sony doesn't want to give Marvel back the rights to Spider-Man, though. And it's because Spider-Man makes $5 billion. I guess that isn't that hard to comprehend.
Yeah, but I can see where it's going with that. Because what's funny is that when I watched the first Doctor Strange movie, I was like, you know, the powers he has is actually pretty insane. I mean, this man could literally go back in time, shapeshift time, go to any reality,
I mean,
set you up with anything.
his powers are magic. That nigga can do whatever.
Yeah.
That man can do whatever you want. I'm like, you know, now I know why they didn't let him just kill Thanos because he probably easily could have did it if he wanted to.
No, he could have.
Yeah, he easily could have killed him if he wanted to, but with that,
It's solid. It's okay.
Okay.
yeah, you're dude.
Keep talking.
Yes. And I was thinking, you know, that man is actually so powerful that it would not be surprising to hear them make an Illuminati movie. Isn't that the title of his second film now? Doctor Strange, the Illuminati,
I
or
think
the
It's
multiverse.
Multiverse of
Yeah.
Madness.
Okay.
Illuminati is
That's with Professor X, Doctor Strange.
that's when like
Tony
all of
Stark,
them
Mr.
take an
Fantastic.
Infinity
Well,
Stone.
well,
Yeah.
Stark is. Well,
Yeah.
of course, in this world.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't think we should spend too much longer on the MCU.
Yeah, no, you're good.
We ain't gonna talk about Falcon or Winter Soldier.
I think we can wrap the MCU on that, but I was gonna say DC is doing this thing where they had a bunch of disconnected stories.
and bringing it together.
No. I mean, they're just disconnected.
Like
Period.
Batman movies and the
Like they're
Joker
like
films.
separate universes every time they step out to do a
Right.
movie. And Marvel did the thing where they're all in the same universes and
Mm-hmm.
they're building the story up. And it seems like they're about to swap because, you know, Justice League just came out. I haven't seen the Snyder cut yet, but I'm getting to it.
I watched half of that. It's better because now they're able to add some more details for some characters, a background story. Something that DC was not doing that Marvel did.
But, you know, I just ultimately feel like DC attempted that, flop, and now they're just like, we're going to just make individual stories. You guys know Joker, we'll make a Joker movie. Batman always sells. Wonder Woman, we'll give her a movie. Shazam, he gets a movie. And they're not trying to connect them all. Whereas, you know, Marvel was trying to bring them all together. Now I feel like Marvel is going to the multiverse route so they can just do these little spin-off individual stories. And DC is probably not going to try to bring their multiverse together. Because I heard in the Justice League thing, they have like that Flashpoint thing where they just kind of, he goes to a
They did.
different, and I don't want to spoil this for anybody. This is just rumors. I don't know if it's true. But I heard they do some universe hopping in that. So I don't know how they're going to explain it. But Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I haven't seen the first episode yet. What do you guys?
I loved it. It was like that.
I'm a sucker for like spy / buddy cop / action type of stuff, and like literally
I'm a
the
fan.
first 20 minutes of it, I was hyped. Like I was like, yo! Like
It's
I was
also
like,
just a Captain America stand.
it's not even that though, but it's like legit. Even there was no Captain America though. Shut the hell up. That's not the point. Aside from that, okay, literally.
your lanyard.
Yeah, show the audience. It's Captain America
Right here,
shield.
that's the camera.
Right here. Okay, yes, I like Captain America. I love Captain America. He's one of my favorite Marvel superheroes. But that's not the point. Literally, just seeing Falcon out there kicking butt, like, it was so good. And then just, like, later on, when you see Bucky doing his thing, it's just like, it was really good. Like, I really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Now, give your opinion on
What do you
both
think?
characters, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You know,
I'm gonna hit you
Baby
with-
Frost
I'm
did
gonna hit
this,
you with
man.
mic.
He probably woke up and was like, "Get me a drink, boy." It's the colors only superhero group.
No.
I meant the whites only.
Now look, like again, this is another piece. Listen, this is going to dive into something pretty deep, but again, you know, most black folk are going to say, you know, this man did go to war during World War II. Things were segregated at that time. When he opened up and saw black men giving him orders, he was probably like, "What the fuck you talking about, boy?"
Yeah.
That's basically how I can put it, man.
And now they want to make this a buddy cop. Well, that's the thing. They just totally just didn't acknowledge any of the casual racism that Captain America would have been putting out on a daily basis.
Technically, they would have for the Ultimate Universe. If you read the comics, the Ultimate Universe, yeah, that Cap, he's a little bit old fashioned to say the least.
No, but I mean in the MCU verse.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
The second he woke up and saw Nick Fury,
Hmm.
I think that would even be too graphic. to put
One
on
of
the
his
pod.
Howling Commandos was black too.
Okay, not
Well,
gonna,
that's
that's
supposed
not
to mean.
okay.
He
Oh,
probably
he had a black friend.
Hold on,
and
hold
he
on
was
a
probably
second.
like, you know what, man, this guy's cool. Why do people treat him like he's less than a human?
We are going to check the historical accuracy of if soldiers during World War II was segregated or not. I just
No,
wanna make sure.
they were, yes.
Yeah, they were.
So which
Extremely.
means- so what we're hearing is that again, like I said, I like the movies too, but it's just some factual stuff. They literally said, "Hey, let's make Captain America this great guy, like
That was not racist
ignoring
even
any
when
social things that
racism
were
was
going on during that time."
casual.
You know, it's like let's put an Asian guy, a black guy in a unit, and
And a
French
woman.
guy.
a French guy as well,
And a
They
woman.
and there was a woman in there
Peggy.
too.
Peggy.
That's right. Well, yeah, she was Asian. Well,
She was Asian 13.
They were just
Asian
trying to make it
13.
seem like
That's right.
everybody was involved.
like there was
Nah.
no racism during the 40s. That's what we're trying to say.
Hey, I mean, it is a Disney property.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of
You
course.
gotta keep it PG. Well, we can't really say that because Mickey blackface. There was a lot of segregation and racism back in the old school. Literally, Donald Duck was a freaking Nazi back in the
I saw-
Disney.
I saw
I
that.
saw
too.
I saw a clip of that mouse. I thought it was fake. I was like,
No, it's
No.
legit.
I had
Legit.
listen. I was like, this is actually pretty hilarious. Something that someone probably made up. I'm like,
What's
"Ooh."
something that you think is super casual now that's going to be considered super racist when we have grandkids?
Oh, that's a good one. We got. I didn't think about that. I guess.
South Park, old school South Park.
Well,
The
South
Office.
Park always tries to be offensive, anyways.
I would say
The Office, that's the thing.
The
They're
Office-
being problematic on purpose.
Boondocks.
Yeah, that's the.
But they're being problematic on purpose. What's something that is casual to us
I'm trying
that
to
we
think.
just be saying? Because
I
back then,
Dave
colors
Chappelle
only.
show.
But that was trying to be.
Oh my God, yes.
No,
Dang.
no. Okay, look. So I'm trying to listen. There are some TV shows that I thought.
Well,
were
not just
probably
TV shows. It's just something in casual everyday life.
casual.
Like again, it used to just be normal for people to be like, "Oh, this is where the whites sit." If you had said something like that nowadays, could you imagine
Honestly.
the response? If I said, "You can't come over here. This is colors only."
This.
Could
Oh,
you
man.
Ladies
imagine?
and gentlemen, JT everybody.
Okay. Actually, what if I take another level? It's probably not gonna be race, but it might just take away a lot of gender stuff. It's like, yeah, girls go over here. What do you mean, girls go over there?
Are you assuming
You
my
know,
gender?
you-
Yeah.
And here's
You're probably right.
And the thing is that I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing either.
But I don't actually believe in gender. Oh Lord, y'all want to take
Nope,
this?
nope,
there?
I'm good. I'm good. Nope.
You don't want the smoke?
Nope.
Why
Hey,
you
you
think?
are smoking.
I mean,
right now.
we're having a
Smoking
conversation.
in the
But
dark.
really, what I'm trying to say is that right now we live in such a PC world, a good and terrible thing. By the way,
Unfortunately, yeah.
we need.
like,
By the way, we also need to talk about cancel culture. All right, we need to
Let's
like,
talk about it.
I appreciate the
Let's
PC,
talk
but
about
at
it.
the
We need to talk about
at the same time,
cancel
there's too much PC to where it's
Why?
becoming. Why?
Why is that a problem?
It's an issue because there's some. I understand like there's sometimes you can't joke about certain stuff, but then if it's like if say like Tony and I said the N-word, right? Why is a white person super offensive for me saying that?
But why is nobody getting on Oprah's black ass when she said y'all shouldn't say
Thank
nigga?
you. Oh my God.
And not
Let
to
me-
call
let me-
Oprah's black ass. But
No, look. Again, in my opinion, when it comes down to with cancel culture, let me just start
It's
with this.
Come
stupid
closer to the phone.
sometimes.
Sorry.
Like there's some like I get
Let me
it.
start with this.
The whole R. Kelly, Bill Cosby stuff, yeah. But then if there's something like somebody made a joke like
Let me
years ago
Here,
to where like now they grew as a person and realized, oh, I done messed up,
And
my
here-
fault. But then they still want to cancel them. That's
but regardless, though, I don't.
Here is my issue with cancel culture is, okay, look, if I find out that an artist was, I don't know, eating children to go really extreme, sure.
What the fudge?
Yeah, no, I mean for real. Listen, there's a crazy stuff that is going on out there. But let's say it goes to that extreme. Sure, I'll say that's a terrible thing. But I think that we as people have just invested too much into other people's lives.
Yeah, the fact that
And-
somebody can be canceled. The thing is that it's almost as if people assume supporting somebody is the default. Like, if somebody has a TV show or whatever and they say something problematic, it's not like we have to watch that TV show in the first place. So it's not a problem that if people want to boycott it. Not only that, take anything for you. What's something you said that's problematic?
The whole Bill Cosby, R. Kelly thing. That's a problem.
Well, that is actually problematic.
Yeah.
I do feel like that's
Yeah,
a
man.
genuine thing where it's like, hey, if you're out here raping 79 women,
No,
I'm not gonna watch
it.
15-year-olds, yeah.
but I just meant something that maybe is like a joke, like
Oh, the whole white guy gets offended if a black guy says the N-word.
so. Where was I going with this?
Why is that a problem? That's a
Well, yeah, but that okay. I think you're talking about on like a celebrity stage.
On a
I don't know if
celebrity
you can
stage.
cancel people that are
You-
not
you-
that don't
okay,
have an
here's the thing.
online following.
With cancel culture, people enjoy doing this because they want to give someone a tough time. Let me just go ahead and give you a prime example. Okay, let's say that Drake has some controversy, right? And say, he's canceled.
I remember that.
And let's say he apologized. Say, hey, I'm sorry for doing this. They say, that's not enough. So what do y'all want from him? Are y'all just digging his information and canceling because of you want to make
Well,
someone
no,
feel
but
bad?
here's my thing. The reason I don't know if I'm playing devil's advocate. I really don't. I'm not gonna say I don't care, but I don't care enough about this topic to lean any
Right.
hard, to the left or to the right.
Because again, these celebrities are people. They
Well,
eat, they eat, shit, sleep, just like the rest of us.
you can only cancel somebody with a following. That's really my biggest thing, is that you can't cancel somebody who's just a fucking casual racist at like a 7-Eleven because they don't have a following and all that stuff. They're just fucking random ass racist.
I mean,
jokes.
technically you have. I've seen a lot of people do that. It's like all those videos about random racist people. They've been like, once they go viral, they get fired. They get arrested.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? Nothing. I mean, it's. Oh God. I guess you're right about the whole celebrity status and everything, but it's like.
But I think to what avail of which if someone makes a mistake that they are being persecuted for the rest of their life. And it actually leads to something else about persecution by a media versus by the law when it comes to high status cases.
Well, we just live in a time period where it's different if a media company, like if Fox News wants to take you on we just took a hard ass fucking left turn on this.
Man, we're having a conversation.
Yeah,
man.
we're
Just dive
getting
into some
there.
stuff.
It's different if do I still have the sound effects? You're the sound effects guy. You should be making effects.
The hell? What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
A whistle, dog bark.
Do something.
I like that.
Round 2. It's different if Fox, the billion-dollar media company, wants to launch a smear campaign against me, little old me, right? But it's different if people just collectively come together and say, hey, you're a shitty person. Stop supporting you. But that kind of, I feel like that's kind of the same thing about the whole having to already have a following. If you have a fan base of people, and while sometimes, yeah, it is shitty, like if you're judged for that for the rest of your life, that is kind of a bad thing, yeah. But we kind of live in a time period where people are not going to let that shit go anyways.
Yeah,
so you're going to have to
there's-
walk with it.
We are literally in the second generation of the information age, where there's information of just about almost anything. Like, just think about how 20 years ago we had to go to the library for the most part to get most information. Now we have anything and everything at our fingertips. I mean, literally right now, I could buy a car right now if I wanted to. I could probably qualify for a house within the span of 10 minutes if I even tried.
Let's give that a try.
I mean, literally.
No.
No, I mean like literally. So like if you do anything wrong, like even if you're like, for example, you're 18 years old and you're, I don't know, drinking or whatnot, like you get recorded, and in the future you try and get a job or whatnot, they do a background check, they find a video of you doing some crazy stuff, and either that's going to mess you up for the rest of your life or someone's going to hold it against you. And I think what you're trying to say is that it's sad because everyone either makes a crazy decision or makes a mistake, or just does some wild stuff, you know. But again, most people didn't get caught until maybe the past 20 years, because again,
and that's
So much
exactly
ammunition.
why I just feel like there's more benefit. And I know most people probably are not going to say that, but the fact of the matter is that it's not that we're catching more people for no reason. I hate that I turned my back on y'all, but I'm just trying to face the camera. I'm gonna talk to y'all through the reflection.
all right.
We can see it, don't worry.
Yeah. It's not that, oh, we're just going out there and getting anybody. It's that most of these people were not getting caught before
Right.
cancel culture.
Because look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually very happy that cancel culture found all the things about, either if it's from Epstein to all the people that have been causing all those heinous acts, because that's what we need to do. Like, we need to find these people and say, hey, stop doing that shit, or whatever else.
Yeah.
You know. But also sometimes, you know, people do take it to the extreme where if you do anything remotely, anything that's not, I guess, normal or considered okay, especially like maybe 20 years later, because times change and culture changes, you're automatically canceled. And I think that we're starting to dive into a point now where we have to ask someone, at what point do you allow somebody growth versus holding it over their head? I think that comes down to how people forgive one another.
But that's the thing. People are never really forgiven in the court of public opinions. People are not typically forgiven, like, ever.
Right.
But the thing is that most people do not typically participate in the court of public opinions. And my thing is I think there is kind of a reciprocal nature of being on social media and consuming this stuff, is because by choosing to contribute, if you were to tweet something right now, people can see it, people can blow up your page. Oh yeah, it is almost time for Miles to go.
Yeah.
Miles has got a dip, but it's been fun having him. Me and Tony are gonna continue on.
Like, it's just me and you.
I'll be back tomorrow.
We should do a two-parter. That would be something.
Yeah. Shit, that's not a bad
That would be crazy trying to split that up. Episode 5 and episode 5 part 2.
Actually, Miles, you down to do that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me know
Well,
when.
we'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna keep this one rolling because I think
Oh,
we have hit some fire. But you can contribute while you're still in the room, and then I work around it. But if you send out a tweet, if you do something like that, if you put up a YouTube video, yes, people should not just be responding and being crazy to you. We should have some mode, or, you know, we should have some civility online.
See that.
In other words, all right, man.
See y'all tomorrow.
In other words, some form of policing. I mean,
You're gonna change sides?
I might as well go ahead and move some way. I'm seeing.
Well, you're seeing in this camera, the one that's been recording us in 4K.
This is so much better though.
Okay.
This is so much
Uh,
better. Yeah, but I think that at some point we gotta say there needs to be some form of policing, which is
Well, I don't
that
think
is actually.
policing. That's the thing.
What I'm saying, Jesus, policing. That's actually the worst word to say. I would say some form of like social
Ethics,
like
morals.
more like, hey, don't call all these black people a nigger all the time and say I want to kill every single one of you.
You know, oh my lord.
Like, no, we're not going to do that. You know that shit is tweeted every single second.
That is true, but
This stuff is this. Listen, I see this stuff every now and then. You know, it definitely exists.
but the thing is that, you know, as much as I do feel like, hey, people shouldn't be a-holes at the same time, in the same way that, I mean, because you really think about this 40 years ago, not everybody was getting their opinion out there. Nobody was getting interviewed and shit like that. Now people will get on TikTok and interview you. What's your favorite song from this album? You know, if this was the 70s or anything like that, you would literally have to be talking to a magazine, a newspaper,
Radio hosts,
something like that.
local radio, all like I said, the major forms of media. But now that media has been put into
In the
people's
hands of the
hands,
people.
It's a good and also it's a god awful thing as we see right now. So again, there's been a lot of great information that people on social media has told me that the corporations or the institutions that I trust won't tell me, like about, you know, certain loopholes around your taxes, how things work and stuff like that. But there's also a lot of people that are willing to spread false information for the sake of clout. You know what I'm talking
Not
about?
even just false, but just bad information. Just even if some of that shit is true, it's just, why are you telling us this, boss? Like, what are you trying to get at?
I mean, look, again, isn't clout a hell of a drug? I think clout is now the official new drug for the people. This is something that I think our generation is
I don't
facing
think
right
clout
now.
is a new drug. It's just that now that people can get on. I mean, the thing is,
I
that
think
was
that- I
the
think-
whole. YouTube literally created a space where the idea was to put yourself out there. The idea of being a YouTuber, I mean, and now on every other platform, they have like influencer and stuff like that. Being an influencer, period, is a crazy phenomenon.
It just
but-
means you're popular. I don't. That's
well,
what it is.
it's not really just popular because we just had a man steal an election
Oh, stop. God.
because his cult following will follow him to the end of the earth.
Are we gonna go back to cults?
I mean, everything is a cult. That should be the new name of this podcast. Everything is a cult.
Because there's leaning to there.
Yeah.
Because the MCU definitely has a cult that we see right now.
Or
I don't
they
know, man.
are
I
cults.
just, like I said, I just think that ever since the media hasn't put in our hands, like the ability for us to record a podcast and put it out there for people,
Oh yeah.
has just amplified the feeling of attention, power at some point. Because when you have so much attention from people that follow you and trust you, they're going to give you power. They're going to give you free stuff, let you off on certain things. I mean, again, we had Donald Trump, a man in office who allegedly, and I believe very true, has raped a couple women.
Yeah.
Possibly underage.
Yeah.
And has cheated on a few wives and has a former wife who's
And
a
now-
prostitute.
We don't have any evidence, but I would just say that is my personal opinion.
I think he did it too. But I'm saying all this because we have white Christians who don't approve of any of that stuff for anybody, including themselves, still trusting this man. You can be the opposite of what your followers deem is moral or even not devilish.
Trump 2024. Hail Hydra.
You fucking bro.
Hail Hydra. That should be the name of this episode.
That's actually not a bad one, because when we talked about, again, difference between trusting the state and whatnot, it goes back to Captain America's Civil War. I wanted to talk to Miles about that before he left.
Oh, Miles is a Captain America stan. It is a shame he left out on that part, but we'll get him back tomorrow.
Yeah. Now look again. Yeah, if you rewatch the movie for the MCU fans, to see it from the point of view of the state versus the people, because that's literally the theme that the Russo brothers tried to go for. If you really think about it, Captain America is saying that, look, we have the better judgment because he knows that the people in the state, the legislators, do not have the best interest in the people or safety.
Or the quickness.
Or the quickness at all. It's like, this country's on fire. I know how to put it out. Okay, we'll review it and then go ahead and get
We're
back to
seeing
you
that
about
with
3 weeks.
the stimulus checks.
It just
How long did that shit take to get through?
well, we're not gonna talk about the 600 one because I'm not gonna count that because that's some bullshit.
Give me the full 2,000, Joe. You know you got it. Joe, if you're listening to this, I just need you to pay all my student loans. Look, I'm
Please,
gonna find
man.
that video of what was that guy that called Nicki Minaj, that girl?
This message says, bitch, you ignoring my calls, pay for my college tuition, sis. I'm in my 4th year of medical school in London. Gonna be saving a bitch life. Wait a minute, hold on.
Like I said before, Captain America represents the people moving in the best interest because they know they need to move fast. Versus Tony Stark, Iron Man, who believed that, hey, we do need some oversight because what if we have the bad judgment and we make a horrible decision without, going through some approval? So like I said, you see the benefits of both sides and the downfall, but we just see one huge fight that eventually just...
You ever see that YouTube channel, Legal Eagle? Where he just talks about all the legality stuff and...
I've heard. I know it's fine. I never watched it. I've always thought that it was...
I would say it's pretty
I never watched it,
entertaining.
man.
He put a video up about how the Sokovia Accords would just be super fucking illegal. Cause how could the government pass a law that says enhanced individuals have to do this and register with the government and be tracked and monitored at all times? Cause what if they were like, black people are enhanced?
I did not realize that that wasn't part of the law.
Yeah.
In fact,
Or just the fact that
Is that why Wanda was forced to stay in the compound?
Well, but that's the other thing is that where's the due process?
There is a due process.
Yeah, they're just gonna say, hey. Well, that's the thing. They're either military or they're not military, and this is kind of a side point. But in the military, they don't have like a court system. They have what's called a court martial, and it's your commanding officers will sit there and say, well, no, you'll sit there and tell your story. They'll tell their story, how they see it, and then they make a decision. You don't have due process. You don't have a lawyer and all that stuff. And I've never been in the military, so there probably is more to it than that. But for the most part, if you get court-martialed, well, that's the thing. Military are not civilians, so they don't have the same civilian.
Well, actually, you tapped something very interesting. I'm gonna stop you right there because when you said, "What if they deem black people as enhanced human beings?" They already did in old medical books. Because there's a reason why when you read old medical books and really do some research, they teach doctors that black people have a higher pain tolerance.
Yeah.
And actually, they used to experiment. Actually, that's how they developed a lot of their medical devices because they experimented on black patients.
Yeah.
In order to do that, and they deem that we have a higher pain tolerance, therefore we can withstand more pain. Therefore,
And
we're
now,
considered. Not what's funny is that they deemed us superhuman in that aspect, but yet they view us as beyond. They really
in the mental sense.
Yeah, it's like they really.
I was watching what's that movie? Get Out again.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pause, or not pause, but if you really think about what was happening at that auction, who was that? The guy who was a photographer. The way he was talking about Daniel Kaluuya's eye, as if it was just the physical properties and not Daniel Kaluuya's mind.
Mm-hmm.
That was choosing the decisions of like, oh, this is an interesting. Oh, my bones just popped.
Yeah,
right. Of him choosing what's an interesting subject and how to shoot it and stuff. He literally was thinking about it as his physical body, and in that sense, at least in that kind of racism, it's as if they view our bodies as superhuman, but our minds as subhuman, which is always really interesting.
It's extremely interesting as far as how they come about with that. But then again, that is 100-year-old philosophy. Yeah, racism and philosophy as far as how you view human beings. Like at some point you gotta say, well, they were wrong 100 years ago. There is no human being that has, like no nationality or race has a higher pain tolerance because of their nationality or race. Like, just because I'm black, that does not mean that I can take more pain than another white person. Make no mistake.
This is a good point to say, get a vaccine. If you haven't gotten a vaccine, get one. I'm trying to get vaccinated.
Yes.
My girl over there, she's getting vaccinated on Tuesday. I think Miles said he was vaccinated.
Yep, Miles got vaccinated.
I'm trying to be back outside by now.
Yeah.
So
wait, also,
we're not wearing masks, but y'all niggas need to put masks on and get your vaccine so we can dip.
To all the anti-vaxxers, we saw a man that was sitting right here that got his 2 shots. He hasn't gone a third leg. He's not dead.
And he doesn't fucking have COVID.
So therefore, get the fucking vaccine. Jesus, I'm sick and tired of you people.
Yes, please just get vaccinated. Again, I'm trying to be outside by May. Y'all want to sit through another year of coronavirus times? So be it. Me, I'm going outside. Is this a good place to end? How long have we been going on? An hour or something?
Probably hours and change.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Victory Clique podcast. An hour or so in. We're going to cut this one a little short. Do you have anything you want to tell the audience before we go?
Yeah. Get some fresh air. The internet is not a real place. Stop getting mad at trolls on the internet. Oh, and also go outside too. I want to say that again. Get some fresh air.
Yes, please go outside. The weather has been really nice lately. Until just now. Me and Tony's birthdays just passed. Mine was on the 15th. His was on
The 6th.
and the weather was actually great.
It was
fantastic right until
this week.
this week when we decided to do stuff. I don't know if that was a middle finger or a blessing of saying y'all need to sit y'all black asses inside.
We probably did need to stay inside because we were outside that beach.
Well, but you just told our audience go outside, get some fresh air.
I mean, look, what I mean is you don't have to go outside and meet people. I'm saying go outside, get some fresh air in general. And actually, again, yeah, talk to some people if you get the chance. Please.
Be respectful when you do.
Yeah, don't self-isolate yourself.
What do I have to tell you guys? I don't have anything really important other than live your best life safely and respectfully. So yeah, this has been another episode. We'll see you guys on the flippity flip. Peace. For the people